children, welcome to the Term 3 online class, Subject Science, Class 6. Today we are going to see about Unit 2, Water. Let me have an introduction about water. Water is one of the basic substance present in the earth. It plays a important role in the evolution and survival of the life. It is impossible to imagine life on earth without water, isn't it? So, water helps to regulate the temperature of the planet Earth. It also helps to maintain the temperature in the organisms which we live on the earth. All the living organisms need water for various purposes. Human beings need water to perform several day to day activities like cooking food, washing clothes, cleaning utensils, gardening, bathing, drinking, and washing. For various purposes, we need the water. We get water from different water sources in our surroundings. In villages and towns, we have wells, canals, tanks, pond, rivers, then water tanks, even hand pipes also we can. So these are some of the various sources of water, but mainly we can get the water from the rain, rivers, lakes, oceans and ponds. Do you know, children, where and how water is found on the earth? Yes, water is available in nature in three forms, that is solid, liquid and gas form. These are the three main forms of water: solid, liquid and gas form. This is the solid form of water. Solid form of water is called ice. It is present in icebergs and ice caps on top of tall mountains, glaciers and polar regions. So, ice is the solid form of water. You may all know about the liquid form of water, isn't it? Liquid form of water is present in oceans, seas, lakes, rivers and even under the ground, that is underground water. So, this is called liquid form of water. Yes, what is the next form of water? You're right. This is a gaseous form of water. It is also known as water vapor. It is present in the air around us. So, water from oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, etc. getting evaporated by the sunlight into water vapor and which is present around us in the air in the form of gaseous form of water. Understand, children? Next, we are going to see about the availability of water. We know that nearly 3/4 of the surface of the earth is occupied by water. Most of the water, that is 97% of the total amount of water that exists on earth is found in seas and oceans. Can we drink that water available in the sea? No, we cannot see. We cannot drink sea water because sea water is salty. But water used for our daily purpose is not salty water. It is known as fresh water. So water obtained from ponds, puddles, river, tube wells and taps at home is usually known as fresh water. So if the total water on the earth be 100%, let's see what percent would be the availability of fresh water. Look at this pie chart. This pie chart shows you all water on earth. That is 97% of water is saline water. That is a green color shows you the 97% of water is saline water. In that light blue color shows you fresh water. That is only 3% is fresh water. In that 3% fresh water, 68.7% is ice caps or glaciers. Then groundwater 30.1 percentage. Other sources 0.9 percentage. So total surface water is only 0.3 percentage only surface water. In that surface water, 0.3 surface water, lakes having 87 percentage of water, then rivers 2 percentage of water, and swamps having 11 percentage of water. This is the pie chart, and from this pie chart we can also be noted 97 percentage of water is saline water. We cannot drink that. Only 3% found as the fresh water. That too in polar ice caps and glaciers, that is in the solid form. That is also we cannot drink. So this portion of water is not readily available for drinking. So how many percentage we can able to drink? Only 3 percentage. Let me see that what is the form of water in that 3 percentage. From that pie chart we noted only 3 percentage is the fresh water, isn't it? So let me see the distribution of that fresh water. In that polar ice caps and glaciers contain 68.7 percentage of fresh water that we cannot able to drink as it is. Then groundwater 30.1% is groundwater. Other source of water is 0.9 percentage. Then surface water, that is above the surface, above the ground level, 0.3 percentage. That 0.3 percentage of surface water alone we can able to get readily for drinking and other cooking and other purposes. So only 0.3 percentage we can get readily as a drinking water or fresh water. Now let me see in that 0.3 percentage of surface water how it is distributed. Lakes having 87 percentage, rivers 2 percentage, and swamps having 11 percentage of surface water. So in that lakes and rivers are readily used for, that is potable for drinking purposes. So the above charts shows you that is explains that we have very small amount of fresh water available for human usage. So maintaining that water table and conservation of water is very essential, isn't it children? Did you know children why the water present in the seas and ocean are very salty? Water, while passing through layers of soil, dissolves salts and minerals to maximum extent. So these salts and minerals have been deposited in seas and oceans for millions of years and are still being deposited. In addition, the oceanic volcanoes which are present inside also add salts to the sea. Water with a large amount of dissolved solids is not potable and suitable for drinking. Such water is called saline water. So the ocean and sea water is called saline water. It is not potable for drinking. It is full of salty water. Let us see a small activity that shows you the availability of water on the earth. First, take a medium-sized bucket to fill it up with water. It contains about 20 liters of water. Assume that this water represents all the water present on the earth. Then, take a teaspoon of 5 ml capacity and transfer 100 spoons of water from the bucket to a small container like a bath mug. This represents total fresh water on earth. From the bath mug, transfer 30 spoons of water to a glass tumbler. This gives a measure of usable water present as groundwater. That is 0.3 percentage like we saw already. Finally, take out a quarter spoonful of water from the mug. It represents all the water present in all the lakes and rivers of the world. So very little amount, that is a quarter of the spoon. That much amount only we can able to get from the rivers, lakes as a drinking water. So, the water left in the bucket represents the saline water present in the seas, oceans, and partly as groundwater. So, this water is not fit for human use. So, that bucket water, the saline water also not fit for human use. That mug contains the glaciers and ice caps, that is also not fit for the human use. So, the water left in the bath mug represents the water which is present in the frozen form of in the glaciers, ice caps and permanent snow. Again, not readily available for drinking purpose. So only the groundwater, surface water, there is a tumbler of water, that is a surface water that is readily available. In that also the spoon, half, quarter, fourth of the spoon water is present in lakes and rivers. So that much amount of water only we can readily get for our drinking purposes. So this picture, this activity really shows you how essential to save and conserve the water. Isn't it, children? So only very little amount only present for our human usage. So we have to keep it very safely without damaging that water bodies. Understand, children? Hope you understand about the water. Then where do we get water from? What are the three forms of water and the availability of water? Isn't it? Let me meet with some interesting facts about the water in the next session. Thank you.